Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2025 BMW X6. This is the xDrive40i. Huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this SUV for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. This X6 is finished off in a Brooklyn Gray Metallic, fully loaded. MSRP is just under $87,000. Now, powering the xDrive40i is the 3-liter twin power turbo inline 6-cylinder. It's paired to both the 48-volt hybrid system along with the 8-speed automatic. Combined, it pumps out 375 horsepower, 398 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent through the xDrive all-wheel drive system, propelling this 5,000-pound SUV from 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds. It has a top speed of 155 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 21.9 gallons. You'll expect to see around 23 miles per gallon in the city, 26 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 117 inches. Its overall length is 195. It has a width of 79, a height of 67, and its ground clearance measures in at 8.5 inches. Now, real quick, let's take a look at this window sticker because I said this is pretty much fully loaded. There's the Driver Assistance Pro package, which new for the 25-year model provides you with the hands-free driving, which is a neat option. There's the M Sport, Parking, Premium Package, Climate, M Sport Pro package. So we have a lot to cover for this particular X6. But let's take a look at the exterior styling, where this model has matte black for that kidney grille. There's also gloss black for all of the vents there. This does have active grille shutters, so those will open up. Forward-facing camera as well. And then there's a mix of gloss black for the entire lower section, where there's all the parking sensors, as well as the sensor for the distance pacing and all of that technology. This also has a really nice dark set for the LED lights up front, for the DRLs, turn signals, headlights, and high beams. There's also some more gloss black inlets on both corners there, and some very nice lines that come down the hood. The M Sport package definitely gives it a great look with all of the black accents. You'll notice too for this model, more gloss black for these wheels with that multi-spoke pattern. There's also the blue M Sport brake calipers. There's a small trim accent just behind that. Really nice definition in that line that runs down the side. Now, this also has power folding side mirrors with the camera and the turn signal. There's a full moonroof up top. All of the window trim is black as well to match nicely. And with the X6, you get more of that coupe-like design versus the X5 or the X7. You have that steeply raked rear glass to give you that sports car vibe. Now, this also has gloss black for the spoiler. There's the backup camera along with all the parking sensors, LED for all the taillights, and then there's the dual exhaust down below. This does have the option for remote start, so you just have to triple tap on that lock button in order to turn it on and to turn it off. And if you get the towing package, the X6 can tow right around 7,200 pounds. Now, you can also use the button on the key fob or the button up underneath to open up what I'll call the hatchback design here. It's like a lift gate, but a little bit different of a shape. And with the X6, you do lose a little bit of height for that exterior look. However, you still have a decent amount of space. You can use this as a practical SUV. There's even some storage underneath the floor where this does have the spare tire. So you can use that for some smaller items if needed. There's also the removable cover here, and then you can fold the back seats down to give yourself that much more interior space. There's tie-down hooks, as well as a 12-volt and even a hook too. So you can place some items on that hook so they won't roll around. And then the 2 buttons up top will either close it or lock the vehicle as well. Now, if it does lock, the current settings, you're not able to unlock it from the back door handles. Now, I own an X5. You can set that to unlock all 4. You just can't grab this door handle and unlock it. It would be nice to see, especially for the price. My X5 offers that. But regardless, we have a beautiful interior with all of the leather, brushed aluminum accents. There's the wood trim, lots of storage in that lower section as well. And then the leather works its way to the back seats, where this also has the illuminating M badge on the door sill there. But at 5'10", it's pretty easy to hop in. Now, we do have some connections here where you can place and charge some tablets. There's also the storage pockets, air vents in the middle, along with these being heated seats. You have all of your temperature adjustments, a little bit of storage, and an auxiliary down below. And then at 5'10", I have about an inch or so between my head and the Alcantara headliner. So I can sit comfortably. If you're any taller than me, might be a little bit crammed, but the roofline doesn't dip down until past this headrest. So at least it still provides you with some headroom. And then with the armrest down, you have a little bit of storage as well as 2 cup holders. And then you can even fold down this middle seat individually if you need to do that. And then as far as visibility goes, you have a pillar here, but you have the cargo windows and then your side mirrors to give you that added visibility. And then as we take a look up front, for this particular model, there's the liftgate release along with the memory seating adjustments. You can also adjust the front passenger seat by pushing on that button and using the power controls down below. I believe this is missing one option, so it's not quite fully loaded, but we have all the side mirror adjustments, window controls, and then a little bit more storage down below. And then the same design for these front seats. And then this is equipped with the solid leather steering wheel with all the brushed aluminum accents. But let's start this back up, take a listen to how this X6 sounds. And coming back to the digital gauge cluster, for the current layout, miles per hour is on the left side, tach and what gear you're in are located on that right side there. But to go through the rest of this info, you can use these buttons on the right side of the steering wheel. There's volume and tuning, you have Bluetooth and voice commands, paddle shifters on the back side, and then just push on this button here, and now we can go through all of this content. So you can use the rotary dial to further scroll through all of this. So you can pull up even the augmented reality system, which is the camera to view. You can use that at nighttime as well, which is nice. And then you have a few other settings here that you can go through. Now with the layout, you can also change this to 2 other displays. So just depending on how you like to view that information. And then the last one is for the head-up display, where you can pull up 4 different settings. Depending on what you would like to see, it will provide you with a little bit of information there. Now on this left side, all of the cruise and distance pacing adjustments. And then on this left side of the steering wheel, there's the headlight controls. You get a little bit of storage. There's 1 air vent with the new design to be able to rotate those. And then as we work our way to the infotainment system, you have quite a lot that you can go through. For the home screen, you have the navigation as well as being able to scroll through all of this info on the left side. And then everything in the lower section is fixed. So you can quickly get to your phone, you can get to all of these apps like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you can look at the interior lighting, your drive recorder, you have quite a lot that you can adjust. There's also a shortcut into your climates, you can pull up the navigation, and the last one is music. Now for the temperatures and the heated and ventilated seats along with the heated steering wheel, you can just click on both sides there to quickly get through all of that information. Now there's also this trim accent just underneath that, along with 2 air vents. There's power and volume tuning, you have some defrosters. This model also has wireless charging. There's additional storage, auxiliaries, and cup holders. You can also hide those away. Now you can also use all of these controls instead of the touch screen itself. So you do have these shortcuts where you can further get through all of that info. And then in order to put this vehicle into reverse, simply just push that forwards where there's the 360 camera system. This also has the record new path for your backup assistance, which is helpful. And then you have several views here depending on what you need to see. So you have no shortage of visibility for the entire vehicle. Drive and sport mode are to the back there, and then park is located just behind that. Now there's also traction control along with the parking sensors, and then a few different driving modes. So you have Sport, Comfort, and Eco Pro. There's a downhill assist, auto hold, and the e-brake. You get the split design for the armrest with an auxiliary down below. There's also plenty of storage, and then X6 is also an illuminating logo over on that passenger side. There's garage door buttons underneath the rear view mirror, and then you have adjustments for the sunshade and the sunroof. And then here's a look at visibility. You can see, even with the shape of the exterior, doesn't really hinder your overall visibility. As we set up now behind the wheel for the all-new BMW X6, I have already been able to check out the M60i as well as the M Competition. So now we have more of a non-performance oriented model with the FOURR. So if you're not looking for that added performance, you still want a luxury focused vehicle, you can get one that still has a good bit of power to it, but it's not performance oriented like those other 2 higher trim levels. You can check out those reviews. I will have those down in the description below. But with the X6 here, you get a really nice blend between having a comfortable, luxury-focused, daily driving SUV But if you want that coupe-like look on the exterior, there's quite a lot of brands that are going towards models like that. It seems to be very popular. I myself own the X5, so I have more of the traditional style for the SUV, but if this is your style, it's still going to be a practical SUV to buy. Now, as far as power goes, let's put it into a Sport Plus, and we have the paddle shifters here. We can give it a small acceleration. This is similar to the engine that I have in my X5, slightly different in the power, but it's definitely not underpowered by any means. It's what I'll call an adequate amount of power for this non-performance version. So you don't have any issues with merging, getting up to speed. It's definitely healthy enough for the curb weight of this vehicle. And it's not all that loud either. I believe some of that could be some piped in sound, but it sounds good for whatever you are hearing with it, basically. But for being a luxury focused vehicle, you're not looking for something that's crazy loud. If you want something loud, you go with the M Competition for this model. Let's do another acceleration now that we have a little bit of room here. And like I said, up to speed just like that. Paddles are also very responsive. But as far as how this drives out on the road, especially comparing it to the higher trim levels, we have a nice comfortable feel. It's not loud, it's very quiet, refined feeling. Basically, it's like I'm driving my X5 just with a little bit of subtle differences. So from my personal experience, my X5 is very nice to drive. It's that quiet, luxury focused vehicle if that's what you are looking for. This particular X6 has a pretty steep price tag to it. You could bump up to some of those higher trim levels. They won't be quite as loaded as this one, but if you are just looking for one that has all the bells and whistles, this is the option to go with. It also handles very well for about 5,000 pounds. You really don't feel the weight, at least going at these normal speeds here. And you're going to get a really nice vehicle. It's easy to see out of as well, so even with the exterior design, that rear glass there is pretty open, so I can see anything that would be behind me. And we're still in Sport Plus, second gear. Here we go. And again, mild acceleration, we are up to speed. Let's put it into eco mode now, where you still have the ability to use these paddle shifters. However, it is going to limit your throttle response. So if you're out on the highway or you're just not looking for that extra little bit of responsiveness in the throttle, you can use eco mode, where we give it another acceleration. A little bit more of a delay in those shifts and getting up with that slow acceleration there. So it's nice that they are functional, just depending on how you're driving for the day. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the X6. Looks nearly identical to the X5 and the X7 for the interior. BMW has brought their latest technology here, and they're starting to basically incorporate all of that into all of the models. So you can drive all of them and you really won't see a difference aside from the exterior. But it's a really nice place to be. And again, from ownership experience with an X5, it just gives you that luxury drive. It gives you that sleeker exterior appearance, kind of a little bit more of that luxury vibe, being a BMW. And I really don't have any complaints with it. I'm not trying to be biased towards my BMW X5, just from the about a year or so of ownership with it. I think they are very nice vehicles. I would not opt for any of the plug-in hybrids. I would just stick with the engines like this. We do have that hybrid assistance, but it's not the same as the plug-in hybrid, which mine is, but that's for a whole different topic. But I do like BMWs in general. We have a pretty tight turning radius here as well. I think we're going to have to back up here, but that's where you have that top-down view to give you additional visibility as needed. And we still have a practical SUV. So if you need additional storage, you can still get it with the X6, even with the shape of that back end there. But very nice, comfortable seating position, and overall a great luxury focused SUV. That is going to wrap it up though for the all new 2025 BMW X6. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.